Snakes are incredibly strong and subtle creatures that almost always have their way when they target a prey. From the black mamba to the python to the king cobra, snakes are at the top of their game. If you like to see how snakes assert dominance in their territory, keep watching this video as we list 15 times huge snakes, 8 huge prey caught on camera that is sure to make you shudder. Number 15. Pythons. Everyone knows that hyenas are hardy creatures, but this python just killed one and is now eating it. I've never seen a python swallow a hyena like this before. This is totally crazy. This family of wild boars takes a stroll in a swamp, but something unexpected awaits them, and it isn't their long-lost relative. It's a python with a voracious appetite. It's astonishing that the boars don't run away when the python gets that close to them. For some reason, they hang around, and the snake ignores them until it captures one boar and coils around it. The boar squeals till it dies as a result of it. This snake pulls a goat from the woods and starts eating it. There's a good chance the snake's attack killed the goat. Take a look at how long this snake is as it starts to eat a whole goat in the water. A monitor lizard is attacked by a python, and the python starts to eat the lizard, but we're not really sure what happens afterwards. These two pythons are battling because a rodent is stuck between them and they both want to eat it. Both snakes want to win the prize, so they get caught up in the conflict. Eventually, one of the snakes kills the other and ends up eating a big snake instead of a small rodent. Number 14. Black mamba. When a black mamba comes near a Russell's viper, the viper strikes first. The viper stops moving, and the mamba looks on in anticipation of what it will do with this new meal. Number 13. Indian python kills monkey. This group of adult monkeys is always mindful of possible threats. The most deadly threat to them is also the most difficult to identify. There is no way to see its huge body through the leaves. The snake has spotted its prey, which is a warm-blooded animal. Indian pythons may grow up to be 20 feet long and can eat an entire monkey with ease. When the timing is right, the python will bounce on its prey. The snake suffocates its prey by encircling it with its powerful body and then swallowing it whole. Number 12. Python kills deer. This python is on the lookout, and a deer is its prey. When the snake is wrapped around the deer's neck, it begins to strangle the baby deer. In spite of her best attempts, the mother deer is unable to save the deer, and the snake continues the attack till it swallows her little deer. A python devouring a blessed book is a rare sight for a party of hunters. They get to the scene just when the snake starts to feed on the blessed book's head, and in less than 5 hours, the python has devoured the blessed book's entire body. The next day, it's still there, untroubled and bulging with a huge stomach. 8 times the normal speed of the film was used to illustrate how quickly the snake swallowed the blessed book and how powerful and strong it was as it squeezed and tore it apart to fit it in its mouth. The clip is quite uncommon, but the hunters were able to catch it in this unique sight. Many predators, including snakes, prefer to hunt in the dark. Its sensors and snout can tell whether the prey is in the vicinity. Following the use of its jaw to seize prey, the python resorts to bondage as a secondary attack. In the two-pronged onslaught, the python's grasp on a springbook gets tighter with each extension. Every breath becomes weaker as the python tightens its hold until death by strangling happens. For the time being, the jaws are giving us quite a show. Instead of dismembering or eating their prey, pythons eat it whole, starting with the head. A python's stomach is one of the largest ever seen, and it can go each year without eating. Number 11. Python versus dog. I don't know how often stray or wild dogs run into pythons, but this dog looks like it's in trouble. In this video, the dog is suffocating because the python has wrapped its whole body around it. The python lets go of the dog for a moment, but it's only for a few seconds before the python takes it back. The brave dog starts biting the snake over and over again until the python releases its hold and the dog runs away. I honestly didn't think this would happen. Number 10. Snake versus cow. This snake decides to attack a cow because it is so ravenous. Take a look at how the snake snags the cow's leg and pulls it out of the corral. What do you think about this scenario? I don't know why the person who was filming decides to stop. As can be seen in the video, this gigantic anaconda is chowing down on a young cow that is still alive. All it starts is with the head. I've seen wide open mouths in snakes, but a cow is enormous. For such a large animal, digestion would take months. When the tips of the cow's leg are swallowed by the snake, You'll know when it's over. When this snake tries to strangle another cow, it causes mayhem. Not having any of it, the cow in the video refuses to accept her fate and easily runs away from the snake. Number 9. Snake vs. Lion. This is one of the few videos I've seen where snakes and lions fight. A huge python leaps at a lion cub, but the cub is quick and finds its way around the python, trying to find the best place to attack. It becomes an incredibly tough fight, and then the lion decides to recruit the other members of the pride. When they get there, they all attack the snake in order to help their friend. Number 8. Snake kills rats. This rat has no idea it is in serious danger and keeps moving around a poisonous snake, even stepping on it, while the snake waits for the right time to strike. Once he bites the rat and the poison takes effect, the rat is consumed right away. As soon as this snake sees a little rodent moving around, it heads off in search of a meal. When the snake knows that the rodent is nearby, it goes into the rodent's den and looks for a dare. The snake sneaks into the rodent's underground home and catches it. Even when in their own homes minding their business, rodents aren't safe from predators. Number 7. Anacondas. A crocodile is being crushed by this anaconda, and the crocodile is unable to get away. This snake is huge and has wrapped itself all the way around the crocodile. The crocodile is also not very small. There is a lot of power in this anaconda. The world's heaviest snake is the green anaconda. They can get as long as 25 feet and weigh more than 300 pounds as adults. Anacondas spend most of their time in or near water because they can hide their weight by making it look like plant-filled water. In most cases, this snake prefers to wait for prey to approach it. In order to remain undetected by their prey, snakes with eyes and nostrils on their heads can remain submerged for long periods of time. The world's largest rodent, the capybara, and the anaconda both live in this flooded plain. Capybaras can weigh over 100 pounds. Anacondas prefer to hunt capybaras because they can spend a lot of time near water, and aquatic vegetation is a major part of their diet. It can sneak up on prey while submerged if it extends its head far enough to get a sense of distance. It's simply sitting there doing nothing, and then it attacks, enveloping the big rodent with 6 sets of fangs. There's no way to get out of this mess. Anacondas do not kill their prey with poison. They kill their prey by stopping blood from getting to the heart, which results in cardiac arrest. When the heart stops beating, they start to eat their food all the way through. Their jaws, flexible joints, and elastic ligaments all help them do this. In a water hole, an anaconda waits to pounce on anything eatable. A few birds fly around, but this is what the anaconda wants. A caiman swims by, not noticing the snake, before being caught. The caiman jumps out of the water, but one is not fast enough and is eaten by the snake. Number 6. Snake vs. Leopard. After an unsuccessful hunting expedition, a leopard gets home and calls her cub, but no response comes. There's something wrong here. The leopard identifies the assassin in a fraction of a second, an African rock python. The female leopard puts herself in danger while chasing after the predator who attacked her young. After the python hides in the thorns, the leopard is unfazed. Eventually, her tenacity pays off. There will be another round of fighting when the injured python moves. She waits for the python to come out of the cave, but there is no fight. The snake is compelled to forsake its well-deserved supper due to an innate instinct. In times of danger, pythons regurgitate their food to lose weight and escape quickly. The leopard abandons her chase when she sees her dead cub and mourns the loss of her cub. Number 5. Anaconda kills pigs. This anaconda comes up to this pig while it is sleeping and easily grabs it. The pig thinks it's having a bad dream, but a python is actually eating it. This anaconda is swallowing this dead pig face first. At the very least, the snake has already killed it. A little pig is devoured by an anaconda that enters a pig pen. The pig isn't moving and doesn't appear to be breathing, so I'm guessing it's already dead. This snake will enjoy this meal. Number 4. Snake devours mice. Surely this snake is in a great place. One by one it eats the white mice in his tank. In fact, it appears more like something out of a horror movie than a normal feeding session. Mice are crowded together on a corner of the tank because they know what will happen to them eventually. Rats and mice are parts of a snake's favorite meal. This rat falls into the hands of the wrong snake on his way to work. The snake certainly didn't care that he had his lunchbox and his favorite work attire on. A black mamba snatched this little fella and ate him for breakfast. Rats at this young age don't require raspberry jam or bread. The victim had already been consumed by the snake by the time the authorities issued an Amber Alarm. Number 3. Snakes kill rabbits. The Burmese python's meal is this cute white rabbit. The snake strikes again after missing the first time and kills the unlucky rabbit. It must be costly to feed your pet snake live bunnies on a regular basis. A month without food has left the snake eager to get its hands on some rabbit. The rabbit is strangled to death and devoured from the head down. An African rock python coils around the feeder rabbit in the early morning and squeezes it to death. It's time for the snake to eat, and what could be better than an adorable white bunny? The Burmese python wastes no time and attacks the rabbit, coiling itself around it. Number 2. Python vs. Cobra. The python and the king cobra are two of the largest and most dangerous reptiles in the world. While king cobras are known for their deadly venom, pythons are non-venomous constrictors. In addition, pythons are often larger, longer, and more difficult to spot than king cobras. Despite the latter's greater agility, the cobra and python struggle for most of the battle, with the cobra seemingly having the upper hand. But they eventually go their separate ways. The king cobra is being squeezed by a python that has wrapped itself around it. It looks like the cobra is stuck, and it might take a miracle for it to get out. Its head looks like it's about to blow up. A golden cobra tries to kill a python. Two men organize the combat by placing the snakes side by side so they can fight. But for some reason, the snakes don't look interested in each other. As a result, the men continue to place them together, waiting for some action to occur. Number 1. Snakes vs. Bats. Snakes don't usually eat bats, but this python isn't selective and will eat just about anything. I have to admit that the bat in this video outwits the snake in this battle. The snake is also being bitten by this bat. What a turn of events this has been! I'm in a state of shock. The bat manages to frighten the snake and it flees. The poor bat is so tired that it can barely get out of there, but the snake unexpectedly surrenders and slithers off. I promise this was not what I expected. How about you? This snake sinks its fangs into this bat as soon as it gets the chance. It appears like swallowing a bat is tougher for the snake than swallowing other creatures. The snake eventually gets the job done, despite the bat's best efforts to avoid being killed. Alright, comment down below what you want to see next. Remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Wildly for more. See you in the next one.